Hello again, I'm Bob Coult. We're continuing our conversations in Charlotte Public Schools, and Betsy Foster is with me today.
Yes.
High school drama program. Tell us everything we need to know about drama.
It's amazing. The program is huge. We just cast our 10th season musical, Willy Wonka, and they're rehearsing right now as we speak, which is great. We have about, I think we're going to have about 80 in the cast, which is phenomenal.
That's huge. That's big.
It's huge, yeah. I've brought kids up from the middle school to involve more and help the program keep renewing itself with the young ones. And we have a phenomenal middle school drama program, which kicks everything off with them, and then they come to me, and it's really fun and exciting.
So what does a kid have to do, a young person have to do in Charlotte if they want to commit to the drama program? What do you require of them?
They audition for the fall musical, and they have to sing a little bit and speak a little bit, but everyone gets cast in the show. So as long as they can get up enough nerve to audition, which I'm pretty good at convincing them to, they do that. They know they're already in the show, so it takes some pressure off, and then once they're in, generally they keep coming back. It builds the confidence, and they love it, and they become a little family, well, a big family.
A big family.
As the musical goes, and they come back for more, and it's really great.
And so you kind of cast them in different roles based on their tryout performance?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how have things changed over the years that you've done this?
I've learned a lot. I recruit more and more kids, so we have a huge program because the more the merrier, and I think I've gotten better at getting the shy kids out of their shells sooner so they can get the most out of the program. And the kids promote the program themselves. They do such a phenomenal job. I can't imagine someone not wanting to be part of it in the end.
And so you've learned a lot. What do they learn, you think, in drama?
They learn self-confidence and it's up to them to make the most of the production. I can try to teach them, I try to teach them the choreography and the dance and the vocals and the acting along with Mrs. Zoik and Mr. Rose, but they make it what it is. So I think they gain a passion for working hard and seeing the results of that, and they understand the commitment of being a team and working together, and that without every single one of them stepping up, there's just no way to be as amazing as they are.
Well, talk about some of the roles of the other teaching team and
sure.
folks who are involved.
Bethany Zoik, our choir director, handles all the vocals and recruiting for middle school choir students. Jerry Rose, who's in charge of the high school instrumental program, does the pit. He recruits the kids, he teaches them everything, and then we all merge it together in the end. Gavin Smith, our CPAC technical director, is in charge of kind of helping us with the overall production. Lucas Lalonde is our new technical director. We're excited to throw him into the fire with flying cast members and lots of tech elements. And then James McCrae is a former Charlotte graduate who has come back the last 3 years to help assist and direct. And then Betsy, who's new to Charlotte this year, we've recruited her to assist as well.
So you have a lot of professionals involved in really making a production. It's not a professional production because the kids are in it, but there are a lot of professionals behind the scenes who are supporting that. And so the kids come in and they try out and they get cast, and then how do you bring them along through the year?
We start, from production to production? Yeah. Generally, starting with the musical is really great because everyone's involved and gets to be part of it, and then when it comes to the winter play, then generally we have only so many parts and we have to cut them, and auditions are a little different. It's in front of everybody instead of a closed audition, and they really have to have their acting chops, fine-tuned to get the parts, but because their confidence is increased from doing the musical more often, every show they get better and better. Okay,
so talk a little bit about the phases though, because you know them. I don't know that most people know. You start with the musical,
yes.
And then what's next?
Next is the winter play. This year will be Alice in Wonderland, and this year we won't cut actually, but we're doing a more contemporary version of it because of budget cuts have actually made it really exciting for this one because we're going to do a lot more with technology than we have in the past. And then in the spring, we're actually going to do The Great Gatsby. We normally do a black box production where we turn the CPAC stage into a black box theater and have the audience on stage with us. And we're going to do a modified version of that for Gatsby. And the kids are excited to have a third full-length show this year.
Now, you mentioned CPAC. I think a lot of people just forget what a terrific facility.
How can you?
These kids, I know, it is terrific.
Yeah.
It's something that you almost take for granted
Yeah.
But it's so much better than a lot of other school districts, isn't it?
It is, and these kids are really fortunate because they've been performing on that stage since elementary school. Because every performing arts thing that happens is on CPAC, so they're really lucky.
So what do you look for in a good performer?
Confidence is always great. That kind of helps carry them through the audition process. A willingness to be fearless and just kind of trust me and trust that we're gonna get there together, even if sometimes it's a little scary and maybe they're dancing for the first time, they haven't had to do that before, or maybe singing's not their strong suit, or acting or whatever. Just trusting that given time and some uncomfortable moments and some hard work and a lot of sweat on choreography Saturdays, that they will get there in the end.
So choreography Saturdays, there must be a lot of days, though, that in time that's required for a young person to be in the drama program.
It is, yep. We start with audition workshops in August to help anyone who wants to come in get an extra edge on auditioning. We do 2 days of those the week before school starts. Then auditions start, and they rehearse 6 days a week. Almost every cast member is there 6 days a week from 3 to 5, 3 to 4 hours, 2 to 3 hours on weekdays, and then up to 8 hours of choreography on Saturdays.
Wow.
For 2 months.
That's incredible.
It is. It's an amazing dedication that they have.
I don't think a lot of people realize the time and commitment.
No, and many of these kids have AP classes and are athletes as well as actors and have jobs and have to babysit their siblings.
Yeah. So you can't pull the football players in off the field?
Unfortunately not. There's some very talented football players. I wish I could, but their dedications to that.
And so you've already got all of the performances scheduled for
Yes.
this year. They're in, in the schedule and in production. And so you're working on fall stuff, but how do you plan for the rest of the year? Has that already been done before you start school?
I do it. I start working on the next year's musical in March. But I've actually planned the next 2 seasons of the production schedule.
So are you kind of thinking even in your head before kids have tried out who might be good for what part?
Oh, sure. Yeah. You pick a show kind of knowing who you know, based on who you know is going to come out. Do we have enough guys to do West Side Story? Someday, I hope so. We're getting there.
And you don't now, huh?
We actually have a lot of new guys joining the program, so I'm really hopeful it's in our future.
How do you make drama more attractive to young men?
Chicks dig drama guys.
Is that right?
Well,
That's what you
girls
tell them.
like guys who can sing. That's a big appeal, I think, when they realize that. Once you get them over the stage makeup issue, which we had that conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
The older boys are always like, it's no big thing. Don't worry about it.
It is no big thing.
It's just part of theater.
Yeah. So, how have the parents, the audience, really reacted to some of the productions?
It's been phenomenal. I think regardless of what show it's been, they always are just so amazed at what the kids are able to do. And even I am. I push them really hard, but knowing that they'll step up to it, but even I'm kind of in awe at the end.
Drama really requires parents to be active participants, right?
It does, yeah. They've got a lot of rehearsals to get those kids to. Dress rehearsal week, we feed them dinner every night, and the parents are amazing. They're really phenomenal at supporting their child's involvement.
And they come out for the productions?
Mm-hmm.
Every night, or?
Depends on the parents. If they're like mine, which still come every night actually. They drive 500 miles to come see my show.
Is that right?
They do. They love seeing the kids.
No kidding.
Yeah. My niece is 6. She's been to every single musical we've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah.
So is that kind of like a family requirement?
No. She just...
They just like it.
They just like it, yeah.
So how do you continue to foster a culture that promotes the arts in Charlotte?
I think just exposure to the kids in the community. We do a lot of community promotional stuff to let them know what we're doing, and take kids out to various service organizations to perform, so that the community knows what's going on. It's kind of hard to ignore me during musical season in this town. But then we also do a high school preview. So we invite the high school classes to come, and if the show warrants it, like Willy Wonka does, we do an elementary school preview too, so that we're kind of hitting all the age groups and letting them know there's this amazing opportunity in the fall and the winter and the spring to come see what the kids are up to.
And when you do those previews, that kind of gets young people interested.
It does.
In drama.
Yeah, we've had lots of kids bring friends on board over the years, especially this year. It's been really great.
Really?
Lots of new faces.
So what did you do this year? What was the key to success?
I think I'm always really excited about the show, so I think that helps. I love it. And then the kids were really excited. They knew it was going to be fun no matter how the casting went or what we did. So they were dragging kids in left and right. I recruited 3 more today, which is awesome.
Well, so you recruit them, they come in, and they participate in learning, they watch others. I mean, it's really kind of a toe in the water sort of process. You wouldn't just jump right in, would you?
Not as well, kind of.
Kind of?
I mean, today they jumped into vocals, and some of those kids may have never had any choral training in the past, and Saturday they'll dive into choreography, and they may think they have 2 left feet, and I hope to prove them wrong. But you can't make it too hard. No,
They've got to be able to do it.
Yeah. But they always rise to the occasion.
Yeah. So do you tell people that that there's a future in drama? Are kids thinking, oh my gosh, I could be on Broadway someday?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the reality of it, but more and more graduates from Charlotte are going into the theater field in one avenue or another. Our technical program in particular, because we have we have a trained stage crew that then can be paid for that position, and many of those kids have gone on to study technical theater.
So they're really the production team that also helps.
Yes.
There's I think a lot of people don't understand what goes on backstage.
And it's all student run. I mean, they're trained by our professional technical director, but it's students from top to bottom who do the whole thing.
And so you say top to bottom, a lot of people don't know what that between
means.
the top and bottom. What are some of those jobs?
They're the ones who are flying stuff in on the fly rails or with scenery flying in and out. They're running, we've got a graduate coming back who's trained through our program doing the audio board, running all our sound effects. The lighting design will be done with Lucas in conjunction with some students, and we'll have a student, they'll work together running the light board. We're going to be flying this year, so we've got a company coming in to train the students how to safely and accurately fly characters in and out on wires and cables. So they're going to learn a lot.
How does a drama program in a high school or at any level really attract kids in this technology age? Because they have so many other options, don't they?
They do, yeah. But I think it's the mystery of the theater. And that's one area we're trying to increase more. We want more students involved in stage crews. We've graduated a lot of them in the last couple of years. But I think the fact that it's a job. Once they get trained, they can get paid to work events at CPAC is wonderful. A lot of them are interested in, what the big lights can do and flying in these crazy set pieces. And a lot of them have interest in audio. And even, I think because technology is so now, they do a lot of this themselves. Translating that to a big venue like CPAC is kind of exciting for them. Yeah,
and it's kind of cool to see something live as opposed to just everything on a little screen.
It's a very different experience.
Yeah. And so kids are excited about it. How do you see the program growing in the future, or do you?
I do, yeah. Every year we've gotten bigger. Every show we've gotten better. I would love to have musicals of 200 kids. Why not? Just the more opportunities that are out there for kids, the better. The stage crew program could definitely grow a lot and have teams of kids trained, and the orchestra pit, Jerry Rose does a wonderful job recruiting kids for the pit, and I think they see it as another avenue for their creative tendencies.
Are there actually shows that could accommodate 200 kids?
I'd make it work.
Would you?
Yeah.
Just
I never turn anyone away.
It's a big stage.
Yeah,
get them all on there.
It's a very big stage.
Well, so Betsy, let me make sure I know what's coming up. Tell me again what the fall and the winter and the spring will look like.
Sure. Willy Wonka is our fall musical. That performs November 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then Alice in Wonderland is February 20th and 21st. And The Great Gatsby will be a matinee on Sunday, May 11th. And then we started a fundraiser called A Night of Broadway, where the kids do Broadway one acts, but it's CPAC's 10th anniversary season, which can't go unnoticed at A Night of Broadway. So we're going to celebrate the past 10 musicals we will have done, and we're bringing back alumni to perform songs that they did in those shows.
Well, that must be exciting.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
The kids are really excited.
Now, so are there alumni who've gone on to professional jobs as performers who...
Many, way before my time, who I'm gradually making connections with and bringing back to work with our current students.
That's sort of kind of an important alumni group to the school and the program, isn't it?
It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so if you get them involved, you show people that they're, all the skills or the opportunity that drama could present.
Exactly.
So you say drama. Do you think comedy Do you think other things too?
Oh yeah, it's everything. It's comedy, it's drama, it's straight
Yeah.
shows, it's musicals, it's one acts, it's skits.
Yeah, and when you said talk about 200 kids in the future, you weren't kidding.
No, I would love that.
Yeah. So what would that look like here in Charlotte? I mean, what would that really? I mean, if you dream to have even more kids, even more participation, what does an expanded program look like?
I think it would be great to move to 2 weekends. Many other schools do it, and then we could have double casts. So then there's more opportunities for more kids to shine. I mean, we could have 200 kids in the chorus. That would be great too. But I think, why not double cast and have 2 weekends of the show and have kind of a double production running at the same time?
You've just doubled your workload.
I know, I love it.
Well, anything else we need to know?
I don't think so. Just very excited about the season.
Well, we can tell. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Betsy.
thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. I'm Bob Colt, and we'll continue our conversations in Charlotte Public Schools.